One of my favorite memories when I was your age was sitting out on our front porch during the summer and eating the best treat ever, Otter Pops or Ice Pops. Have you ever had one of those? They are so good. But you want to know what the hardest part of that was? Well, first was choosing the color I wanted. Now that was the toughest decision for me. But second, my fingers seemed to be getting so cold holding on to it. But now that I think about it, my mom would always give us a towel to hold it so that we could sit back and enjoy it. But today, my sewing friends, I have a super cool project for us to stitch together. Introducing the frozen treat holder. Are you ready? Let's go. So let's go ahead and show you what's in your kit. Here's the samples that I have stitched out already. You can see it's holding the little ice pops, and your fingers aren't going to be cold. It's going to be so cute. You're going to learn how to applique. We're going to attach some ribbon, and then we're going to finish it off so that we have that pocket, okay? So let's go ahead and get started with your kit. In your kit, you're going to have 4 pieces of light blue greenish felt. You're going to have 2 pieces of ribbon, and then each kit will kind of vary. You might get a blue button, you might get a pink heart, or a pink flower. So you might get 2 of the 3 of these, okay? And what you're going to need is a sewing machine and some thread and a glue stick, okay? So let's go ahead and get started with sewing. We're going to put these to the side. I'm just going to grab 1 piece of felt right now. And I think I'm going to do the circle button, okay? So we're going to take our felt piece that's already pre-cut for you and your piece of ribbon, and you're just going to weave it through those holes, okay? Easy enough, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to kind of center it in the ribbon, and what we're going to do is we're going to take some glue, okay? Going to turn it to the back. All right. Move this over, and I'm going to put some glue on here, okay? All right. Once you've got that glue on there, you're going to flip it back over, and you can place this wherever you like. So I'm going to kind of do it in the lower part of the felt, and I'm going to press, okay? All right, so once we have that glued on and pressed, we're going to go to our sewing machine and we're going to practice appliquing around the circle, and we're going to stitch down the ribbons, okay? So at this time, what you're going to do is just go to your sewing machine. We're going to stitch around the circle, or if you picked the heart, or if you picked the flower, you're going to stitch around the outside. Now, you can do a fun decorative stitch. On this one, I did a zigzag stitch around the circle, but then on the heart, I did a straight stitch. You are welcome to do whatever you like, okay? This is your time to be creative and have fun, okay? So let's go ahead and stitch down the felt piece. So we'll go to our sewing machine. And what we're going to do is we're just going to follow the edge of the circle or the heart or flower and have our needle kind of along that edge. Okay, so your needle is in the middle position, and you're just going to follow around the outside edge. Now, I think I'm going to do a zigzag for this, so I'm going to go ahead and change my machine to a zigzag. Okay. All right, so we're ready to start sewing. Again, remember we need to have our hands clear of the needle. We don't want to hurt ourselves, and we're going to take it slow, okay? This is not a race. We're learning and practicing as we go, so we're just going to take it very slow. Okay, then when you get to a corner, we're gonna kind of turn. Okay, we're pivoting. Remember that from last time? Okay, you can lift up your presser foot and turn. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? You're learning. This is a technique that you're going to use lots of times. And you know what? Practice makes perfect. All right. I am at the end of my circle. I'm going to pull my needle up and pull my fabric piece out of the machine, and I'm going to cut my threads. Okay, so let's go to our workstation over here. And you might have lots of threads left over, so what you can do is just take a pair of scissors and just trim those threads. Okay? It'll give it a nice clean look. Awesome, so now that we have this applique on, what we're going to do is we're going to take our top piece, so the top piece is the pretty side, the front piece that we're looking at. We're going to take the top piece and we're going to place it right on top of the second felt piece, okay? Now it might be a little bit bigger. Don't worry, because we are going to trim this up afterwards, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to go down the one side and over and back up to create your pocket, okay? I prefer a zigzag stitch to really hold it tight together, but you're welcome to do a straight stitch, a decorative stitch. Remember, this is your project and you get to be creative with it, okay? So let's go ahead and go to our machine. We're gonna sew down the side. Then we're going to pivot. Remember, we're going to put our needle in the down position, lift up our presser foot, and we're going to turn our project. That's what pivoting is called. Okay, and then we're going to come to here. We're going to pivot again, and then we're going to finish off at this end. We're not going to sew the top because we need to leave an opening for our pocket and for our little ice pop, okay? So let's go ahead and go to our machine and sew on the three sides. So let's go to our machine and we're going to sew along the sides. So what I want you to do is I want you to line up the edge of your presser foot with the edge of your fabric, okay? So we're going to put our foot down and we're going to start sewing. Remember, take it slow. We're going to go over that ribbon. Okay, I'm going to stop, put my needle down by rotating the hand wheel on the side. I'm going to lift up my presser foot and we're going to turn our project. Remember, we're pivoting. So fun. Okay, so now let's go ahead and sew along the side there. Okay, we're at another pivoting point, so put our needle in the down position. Lift up our presser foot and turn. Okay, and we're going to finish up on the one side. All right, let's pull this out of our machine. Okay, we're gonna come to our workstation now. We're gonna trim our threads. Ask for an adult for help if you need help with the scissors, okay? All right, so now before we say this is done, we need to trim up the sides because they're not very even, as you can see here, right? This is nice and trimmed, the ribbon is trimmed, so we need to go ahead and do that. So at this time, I highly encourage that you ask for an adult's help to help you trim this up, okay? So we're going to just trim with some scissors. Careful not to cut your stitches, okay? And we're gonna trim on this side. All right, and there we have it. We have our little ice pop packet, or an otter pop packet. Say that 10 times fast. Holy cow, I can't talk. But isn't that so fun? Look at that. You can make so many of these. You can give them to your friends, to your siblings. This is a great little gift to give, and you have a little sweet treat as well. So I hope you had as much fun with me as I did with you, and I can't wait to see how many of these little ice pop packets you make.